Hey there, boys and girls, Nature Boy here, and I'm actually down here at Cabin 14 in the Boys Village. Looks kind of strange, doesn't it? But doesn't matter. I'm here to show you a cool natural feature that's actually behind the cabin that I want to go and take a closer look at. So if you follow me right here real quick, I'll show you what it's all about. And all the way from up here, you want to take a look down there, and yes, it's none other than a sinkhole. All right, boys and girls, give me a second to get down there and I'll tell you all about it. Welcome back, boys and girls. We made our way down here to the sinkholes, and look at it. Just look at the sinkholes here. We got one behind us, one here to my right, and we got one here to my left. Come over here and take a look at this one. This one is super deep, and you can tell that there's actually a cavern underneath here. It's not just a cave going down. And actually, if we take a look over here, I'm actually going to get down and just show you guys how cool they actually are. So sinkholes are actually formed when underground water starts collecting underneath the Earth's surface and it starts eroding away the underground rock layers. And this erosion over time eventually causes the top sediment layers of dirt or rock, or as you can see here, sticks and dead trees, right? Those will eventually collapse in on themselves, creating what we know as a sinkhole, right? But actually, there's another kind of sinkhole that can form too when water is just pooling at the top, and slowly over time it actually erodes down, creating a sinkhole until it hits, well, bedrock, and then it just flows away downhill. And these sinkholes are actually one of the first ones, right? This is from groundwater collecting underneath, and eventually it caved in on itself. And you see, sinkholes here are pretty cool, right? They're out in the woods, they're not damaging anything, they're far away from the cabins, but actually sinkholes can be super dangerous, causing them to appear up in roads, buildings, creating a lot of damage to personal property. And you know, sinkholes are a pretty valuable lesson that we can learn, right? If we allow sin into our lives, you know, it seems sort of small, right? First it starts as just a trickle in one area or another, right? And eventually it just starts collecting in this one area and it starts eroding away our foundation until eventually it gives way and whatever we have built up on top just washes away with it, creating a sinkhole. And Jesus actually talks about something like this in his parable. It's in Matthew 7, and let me grab my trusty Bible here real quick, and I'll actually read some of it to you. So I'm sure some of you are familiar with this parable. It's actually the parable about how we should build our houses on a solid foundation. And it says, "Therefore, anyone who hears these words of mine and puts them into practice is like a wise man who built his house on the rock." And so we see that if we build our house on the rock, what it does is it prevents the sin from being able to penetrate underneath or through the top. It's solid. And this is made up of our faith in Jesus. And with that, we don't have this erosion process that could possibly wash away our house on top. And so my prayer to you today is that you would build your house on God's solid foundation, and then your life won't turn into a sinkhole like these. That's all I have for you today, boys and girls. As always, I'm Nature Boy, and until next time, don't forget to go out and explore God's nature.